We grew up learning what we believe to be facts, from stories we've heard or other sources, and because of this, we think they're true without even questioning them. In today's video, we will be talking about some interesting facts you may have heard and thought were lies, until you knew the real truth about them. We've fact-checked them, so let's get started. To begin with, it's been said that the Great Wall of China is so big and long that it's the only man-made structure that can be seen from outer space. This, of course, is not true. The fact is, that even from a relatively low orbit above the Earth, it might be challenging to make out the Great Wall with the naked eye. And, definitely from their vantage point on the Moon, the Apollo astronauts were unable to view it. Chris Hadfield, a Canadian astronaut, docked at the International Space Station for a period of 5 months between 2012 and 2013, to gather information, including the Great Wall's visibility from space. Later on, he stated that a person in orbit would not be able to see the Great Wall of China with their naked eye. Were you aware that chocolate can be lethal to a dog? Due to the high concentration of poisonous theobromine, dogs should avoid this substance. We've all heard that chocolate is dangerous for dogs, and if you ask people who own dogs what foods their pets shouldn't consume, they'll probably say things like onions, garlic, or grapes. But chocolate is at the top of these worst offenders. Oddly enough, there are many dogs who have consumed chocolate and didn't experience any adverse effects, but we do not suggest that you try to find out if this applies to your dog. The question remains, if chocolate is so harmful to dogs, why do some dogs eat chocolate and seem to be just fine? And hey, if this is your first time visiting our channel, we appreciate it if you click the subscribe button to stay updated with our future astonishing fact videos. You will be surprised if I tell you that it's not just people who have dreams, other creatures do too. According to studies, rats dream about finding their way through mazes or reaching for the food they seek. Because REM sleep, the stage during which dreaming takes place, is experienced by the vast majority of mammals, researchers believe there is a good likelihood that all mammals dream. It's been said that many people thought that Coca-Cola has always been the same color, even from the very beginning when it was created in 1886. The fact is that Coca-Cola was initially green in color. Another astonishing fact that the majority of us are not aware of is that throughout a period of 12 hours, ants only stop working for about 8 minutes total. Is that something that surprises you? Ants do not sleep in the sense that we understand the term. According to research, ants follow a repetitive schedule of resting periods, wherein each nest takes a collective break for approximately 8 minutes every 12 hours. These breaks occur at regular intervals. Do you believe that clouds carry any weight with them? The majority of us are likely to know that clouds don't have any weight because they float in the sky. But clouds are made up of water vapors, which are very heavy substances, thus it stands to reason that clouds themselves must be heavy. There are a few different ways to calculate the density of cumulus clouds, but one estimate puts it at approximately 0.5 grams per cubic meter. Using basic algebra, we can determine that there are 500 million grams of water droplets in our cloud if we multiply 1 billion by 0.5. That comes up to almost 500,000 kilograms. Deserts are known to have very low precipitation, and if rainfall is rare, wouldn't snowfall be even rarer? Well, the impossible happened in 2018 and the Sahara Desert was covered in a blanket of white snow. However, the snow only lasted for a day before melting under the hot sun. The first recorded snowfall was in 1979, a snowstorm that lasted half an hour. Although temperatures dropped to freezing at night, the lack of moisture makes it almost impossible to produce any snow. Egypt and pyramids are almost synonymous, but did you know there are pyramids in Sudan too? Nubia is a region in Sudan that has 255 pyramids, twice the number in Egypt. After ruling Egypt's 25th dynasty, the Nubian pharaohs fled to Sudan and formed the Kushite kingdom, incorporating Egyptian culture into their new city. Normally you'd find rainbows in the sky, but Caño Cristales, located in Colombia's Serranía de la Macarena National Natural Park, has a stunning river that owes its multicolored beauty to the Macarena clavigera, a plant that lives in the riverbed. It's best to visit between May to November when the river weeds blossom in yellow, blue, green, and red. They get brighter hues during this time as the waters are shallower, allowing more sunlight to reach the plants. Do you know there's a village in the Netherlands with no streets and only canals? Venice isn't the only town that gets around mainly by boat. Within Giethoorn village in the Netherlands, there are only footpaths, and over 3.5 miles of canal. Have you ever heard the story about the woman who once led the United States for a short time? At the latter end of his presidency, Woodrow Wilson suffered a major stroke, so the controlling members of government decided that it was in the best interest of the country to keep this information under wraps. So, the public was kept in the dark about the stroke for several months, during which time, his wife Edith was in charge of making the majority of executive decisions. And we found out that there was actually a woman who served in Congress before women were even granted the right to vote in 1920 in the United States. In 1916, Jeannette Rankin of Montana actually became the first woman ever elected to the United States Congress. She served 2 non-consecutive terms in the House, which coincided with World War I and World War II. Another piece of information that will come as a surprise, and comes in last is, did you know the hashtag symbol isn't officially called a hashtag or pound? Its technical name is octothorpe. Octo means 8 to refer to its points, though reports disagree on where Thorpe came from. Some people say it was named after the Olympic athlete Jim Thorpe, while others say it was just a silly ending. Well, that's it for today, so if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing and give it a thumbs up so that you won't miss any further videos. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, have a great day.